Extra. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
A very good morning. Welcome to UBC TV. Good Morning Uganda Extra. My name is Jagenda Semakola Ziksoka on another very lovely day. This day is a Thursday and it's just a few minutes, 10 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome and thank you so much for joining us today. And of course, picking it up from where the GMU team left it, we now just get into the Emyoga scheme. And with me in studios is Rita Namwenge, the national coordinator and the focal person for the Emyoga scheme. Here she is with me this morning to delve into these issues. You're very welcome, Rita.
Thank you so much. Thank you, management of UBC, for hosting me here, at least to speak about this beautiful and well-thought program, Emyoga.
Okay.
Emyoga is a program that is among the wealth creation initiatives of Uganda, where its main objective is to make sure that the 68% in subsistence are transformed into a money economy and productivity.
Okay.
And they are particularly on a circle movement,
Okay.
which involves voluntarism, self-help, accountability, self-governance, and the enterprises are specifically 18.
Before getting the enterprises, you just talked about it's a circle-based initiative.
Yes.
We've had circles here before. How different is the Emyoga from the different circles that we've had? And government is also rolling out the parish development model. We tend to confuse or to intermingle them, the Emyoga scheme and the parish development model. Could you just help us understand what Emyoga is from the parish development model, and how special are the Emyoga circles from the traditional circles that we've had or known?
I want to thank government of Uganda for really demonstrating that it is committed to transforming the lives of Uganda in order to achieve Vision 2040 and Sustainable Development Goal 1, Sustainable Development Goal 8, and Sustainable Development Goal 11. And this is making sure that there is eradication of poverty, a decent living, and beautiful cities and towns. Emyoga is, government has come with several sources of jobs, and they talk about industrialization. They talk about ICT.
The four sectors that
the
President
four
Museveni keeps.
sectors.
Yes. Industrialization, ICT,
agriculture, and services.
And services.
Now for Emyoga, it is services in small and medium enterprises.
Okay. It is service-centered.
Service-centered.
Okay.
And then for parish model, it is agriculture-based.
Okay.
The enterprises are strictly in agriculture.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what makes the Emyoga different from
the parish model. And then Emyoga, the circles are formulated at the constituency with the membership or branches at the parish as associations, while for parish model, the circles are formulated at the parish.
Okay, so that's what it is. Where are the Emyogas now? What are these Emyogas, for example? We now need to put the understanding to Emyoga. Now, what are the Emyogas themselves?
The Emyogas themselves, first of all, Emyoga is enterprise specific.
Okay.
It is not a omnibus that you mix this with this. It is enterprise specific, job specific.
Okay.
And the enterprises are as follows. We have the borders.
Okay.
We have the women entrepreneurs. We have the carpenters. We have the saloon operators, taxi operators, restaurant owners, welders, market vendors, youth leaders, PWDs or persons with disabilities, produce dealers, tailors, journalists, performing artists, veterans, fishermen, and local elected leaders. Those are the specific enterprises, the specific services that join Emyoga, not everybody.
Okay.
And not thinking of that enterprise you must be practicing in that business, in that service industry.
So people have complained and talked about Emyoga, saying we've not benefited from Emyoga, or the Emyogas have not come to us. What's the criteria? What do you do as government to, of course, make sure that these Emyoga funds actually get to the intended beneficiaries?
First of all, let me dispute the allegation that Emyoga has not gotten to the people.
Has it gotten there?
In fact, people should appreciate, because the time we began in Emyoga, we went into a lockdown. But government devised all methodologies to make sure that people getting this information, and they were thinking of a multiplier effect. You get to know, you tell another, and another will tell another. Although we understood the challenges of barriers of communication through the chain of communication. However, I want to report that in Uganda we have 146 districts. And all these districts, including the further end of Kasese, the further end of Karamoja, the far east, central, have gotten Emyoga. The difference is the enrollment. Outside Kampala, it is massive. Nearer Kampala, it goes less. And I can authoritatively report that we have registered 6,275 Emyoga circles. In fact, we need an award from IFAD, because in 11 months, we have formulated or we have supported the formulation of associations that later the scattered associations in the different parishes join together to formulate functional circles. What is a functional circle? A circle with an identity, a location, that this is our office, this is where we operate, these are the members, these are the committees. Well formulated.
Ugandans are used to being donated to being given. There is that give me syndrome that Ugandans have. And we look at Emyoga as an extension of just give me some money to find a way to do. Is that the same thing that we're doing, that will come into a group of I don't know how many people, government gives us money, then some of us marry wives, we go for Kwanjula, we do these things, like a house to complete somewhere, then is that what happens even with Emyoga, or this is a different scheme from what we've known before?
This is totally different. The truth is we appreciate that we have a poor mindset, not only in requesting that give us or asking for handouts, but also in our personal financial discipline. We have a poor mindset of wanting to be given and also just earning to spend. But in Emyoga, we have a package. It's fully fledged. That Microfinance Support Center, the Office of the President, using its channels of the RDCs, and the Office of Local Government, Ministry of Trade, we are using inter-agency collaboration or government-to-government collaboration to make sure that each one plays a role in making sure that we eradicate poverty through one of these initiatives by giving the rightful information and also training to cause a paradigm shift in the minds of Ugandans to embrace saving. So there is a lot of training ongoing, and I want to tell you that so far we have registered a training of 31,002 of members, leaders, the chairpersons of these circles have been taken through a training, and this training is not going to end in one day. The capacity is going to be under a methodology called mentorship. You keep visiting mentorship and conflict management, mentorship and cooperative movement. In this program of Emyoga, to ensure that really there is rural financial inclusion and there is capital for those most need of it. And the training is going to be ongoing, and government has pledged that they will train these circles until 2 years, that they are sustainable. But you know that the absorption rate is different. I can give you an example right now, that we have already registered success stories, yet the training has been short. In different sub-regions. And I want to report that this time, the areas that we thought cannot really, because of their history and the poverty levels, have excelled more than the areas where the poverty levels are low.
Okay.
For example, Teso has excelled, Teso sub-region. And I can authoritatively, we have a model group in Teso that anybody can go and visit to see actually that what I'm speaking about is the truth, nothing but the truth.
Okay.
Although I also appreciate that there are a few challenges in some areas. We have a group called the Kasilo Fishermen Circle.
That's from Kasilo constituency, because you work at
constituency level.
So that's Kasilo constituency.
That is Kasilo constituency. And this group has excelled. In Chigezi sub-region, we have a group called the Bufumbira South Welders Circle. They've excelled, that they use this emyoga seed wisely. They agreed as members, made a resolution, and bought machines. And these machines have increased their productivity, and they're able to make more output, and their income has increased, and they share their dividends very well, and their household income has increased. In Busoga, we have so many success stories.
In Busoga?
In Busoga. There is the Iganga Women Tailors Circle in Iganga municipality. It has done us a good job. That it's now modeling.
That's Honorable Panado's constituency?
Yes.
Okay, because you're at constituency level?
Constituency level.
Okay.
They got this emyoga seed, added on their saving, bought machines, made sure that the different members produce their product through a different chain. Because when I visited them, that's when I realized that tailoring is not...
There's a tailoring chain.
There's a tailoring chain. Who does interlock, who does cutting, finishing, who does finishing,
buttoning,
who does buttoning. That's when I realized there is a chain.
Even trimming, to cut the cloth.
In this field. And they have models that they are even training many youths in this product in Iganga. They can visit, the offices are there, they can visit and see. There is Luka border, a circle. For them,
in Luka district?
In Luka district. For them, what they decided, they went into asset financing. They said, our product or our services is border. What do we need? Borders. They even told us, because we were telling them, we can try this product of border, it is cheaper. They said, no. For us who have been in this skill, we understand which motorcycle does well in our area. And they decided to buy motorcycles. They began with the 10 motorcycles. Right now, they have 30 motorcycles.
In what period of time?
In a period of time of 5 months for Luka.
5 months?
5 months. They can visit. The address is there. What I'm talking about is the truth. Nothing but
so they buy borders for themselves and distribute them.
And they agreed on which cluster is taking in the first phase, and they agreed on a methodology that you're riding 10,000 goes for saving, for others
to also benefit.
To also benefit. Then 10,000 that they have been giving the owner of a motorcycle is saving for the person, the rider of that motorcycle. Then, so that they keep revolving, and they developed what we call saving goals. They developed what they call saving goals. And
we are saving, but the reason we are saving is to achieve this.
And for them, their saving goal was each person in Emyoga, in their Muga, in Luka, to own a motorcycle in their first phase. Okay,
Rita, I think these are very good government initiatives, and we appreciate and thank government for these initiatives unceasingly. When we look at them, there are normally criteria
Yes.
for getting to this. When we talked about the Youth Livelihood Program, people are faulting the criteria. When you talk about the UWEP Still Land Agenda, people talk about the program, rather the processes or the criteria for getting this. Recently, when we're listening to members of parliament who have gone to the constituencies to actually look and verify and see what is happening there, one, it seems like they also do not know the criteria. How does a group in Luuka, in Buyende, in Nakapiripirit, in Manafa, in Tororo, in Chisoga, and so on, what is the criteria for them to benefit and get of the Myoga funds? What do they have to go through to be able to benefit?
First of all, the criteria is very simple.
How simple?
It begins with the person itself, himself or herself. First of all is to accept that the condition you're in, you're not comfortable with it, so you want to transform your life. First of all is the mind to accept. Then when you accept, what do you go through? First of all, we move on a principle of unity. In Uganda, they call it agali awamuge galumachi inyama. And the national whatever for unity is united we stand, divided we fall. Now, what happens is, like I told you, Myoga just is in two phases. The parish-based associations and the constituency circle, and how do you join to make sure that you complete the chain of all the criteria of being in a Myoga. People doing the same job. I'll give an example of the borders. In the different parishes or wards, according to urban centers or municipalities or cities, they are called wards, and then in the rural areas, normally called DA, they are called parishes. Doing that particular job, like the borders, make an association in their parish. The association is of 7 to 30. Minimum number is 7. Maximum number is 30. They make sure that they come together to make an association that is given a certificate, legally recognized. And they subscribe or they agree to a constitution that we are coming together. Our main objective is to eradicate poverty.
We are associating.
We are associating.
And the reason we're coming together
is to
because we want to
eradicate poverty.
And
through serving for a purpose. Now, when they come together, they choose a management committee of 5.
Amongst themselves.
Amongst themselves. That's, you remember the first thing I told you, that member governed. They choose a...
So regardless of how many you are in a group, you could be 7, you could be 8, you could be 29, you could be 30. Anywhere between 7 and not more than 30. They make, they choose their management of 5, and these are the members, the management committee. The 5
is the chairperson, the vice chairperson, the secretary, the publicity, and the treasurer. The 5.
Chosen amongst themselves?
Amongst themselves.
Democratically?
Democratically.
Without government intervention? Without government choosing leaders for us?
No. They choose by themselves. When they choose these leaders, each one has a role he plays. The chairperson is to make sure that they have routine meetings. Remember, in the constitution, they have agreed that they will sit regularly to do survey.
And evaluate.
So the chairperson will always make sure that they sit and collect people's savings and also make accountability of who got the loan and who has paid back in their association, using a methodology called Visela methodology, and then internationally it's called Silk methodology. Then the same 5 members becomes the electoral college of the circle for the constituency. They 5 sit together via a meeting called GM, annual general meeting. Where they sit together and choose the leadership of the circle.
At constituency level now?
At constituency level.
And those are the topmost leaders
and those are the
for that constituency?
Yes.
Is there a limit to how many groups are supposed to be in a parish?
No.
There's no limit?
There's no limit. As long as you're doing the same enterprise. So when they formulate a circle, there are the circle laws. begin applying. This group that has been formulated will buy shares from their circle of 150,000 Ugandan shillings. Still, it is their own money. I forgot something about at the parish level, the association. The association, every member who voluntarily agrees to join a Myoga is supposed to pay 10,000 membership fee, their own money, and 10,000 subscription fee, their own money. And from that money, the 600 they have whatever collected, they just pick 150,000 and buy shares in the circle.
Let me think like a Ugandan living in Kapele Byong district.
Yes.
I am in Kapele Byong, in this village, but I'm in a parish called Obalanga.
Yes.
So help me understand what I'm supposed to do in my parish in Obalanga to start
in
with.
Your parish.
Before I come to my constituency, which actually may be Kapele Byong constituency itself. Yes.
In your parish of Obalang, you're supposed to sit with your colleagues in Obalang parish and formulate a parish association. You associate a group.
In Obalanga?
In Obalanga.
Because in Obalanga we are either border riders, we are welders, we are saloon workers.
Very good.
Okay.
You're the 18.
We have to be doing the same thing.
The same thing.
Okay.
Among these 18 enterprises. And if you're more than 30, then you'll form a Balang border association A.
Okay.
Obalang border association B.
In the event that we are maybe 37,
yes,
we can split ourselves into two groups, a group of 15 and maybe a group of 16 or 17.
Very good.
Very important.
If you're less than 7, you move to the nearest parish and join with those members in that parish. So that is what is done at the parish level.
Okay.
Why are we doing this? Remember, most of the operations are done at parish.
Okay.
The circle at the constituency level behaves like a bank. Saving and credit. It takes your saving, it gives you credit. In fact, the association in layman behaves like a branch for your circle. Because most of the work is done at the branch level, not at head office.
Okay.
Head office is operational.
Okay.
This group has gotten how much? How much have we approved for this group? This group has...
We are the guarantors, we are the corator ourselves.
Now, let me go to the loan policy. But before, I was telling you that it is on circle movement, saving and credit. The two sources, or major sources, because there are others, of capital, of a circle, is savings and membership and subscription fee. Then the other sources are grants. And government is giving seed, which is a conditional grant. Seed with strings attached. Money not for sharing, money for that objective of making sure that...
That's what makes it conditional.
Yes, that it helps you to spur or catalyze your increment of household income using your asset or the skill you have.
Hold it here, Rita, very briefly. My producer tells me we need to take a very short break in less than a minute, 1 and 2 minutes for the break, then return and continue with a conversation on a Myoga schemes. And with me in studios this morning on a GME Extra is the National Coordinator for a Myoga, Rita Namwenge, of course, deciphering and telling us the realities of a Myoga and what we need to do to benefit from a Myoga. We'll take a break and return.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Experience 100% 4G speeds across Uganda with the Airtel 4G Pocket Wi-Fi available at 123,000 shillings only. It comes with 15 GB free for 1 month. Visit the nearest Airtel shop, device selling shop or Airtel online shop. www.airtel.co.ug/broadband-discover. Airtel, the smartphone network.
echa COVID-19 kijja kuggwa only if we stay at home, observe physical distancing, wear masks properly, sanitize or wash our hands with soap and water regularly, or get vaccinated now.
It's no secret that ICT makes learning easy.
The strides made in our field couldn't be possible without it.
And now we can watch our favorite shows.
My radio is my best friend.
UCC provides an enabling regulatory environment and policy guidance for healthy competition. We also facilitate ease of doing business in the communications sector through licensing, standardization, spectrum management, tariff regulation, rural communication development, and consumer empowerment. An informed consumer is an empowered consumer. UCC supports local content and innovations. Driving the development of a robust communication sector in Uganda is Uganda Communications Commission.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Welcome back from the break, and a lovely conversation with Rita Namwenge, the National Coordinator for a Myoga scheme. With me in studios here on Good Morning Uganda Extra. Rita, it's just a very lovely conversation. I can see people here sending lots of messages for you that I will let you get to, but you were completing on some submission. Could you please just do that? Then get you to the mind of the people and be able to respond to them and answer their questions.
Now, government, I was telling you that sources of revenue for a circle. First, there are first two sources. And
subscription,
that is subscription, and membership, and then their own savings.
Okay.
Now, there are other sources that can be grants, that can be the circle itself can borrow money.
From anywhere? From anywhere.
Now, in Emyoga, so far, we're having the three. Government has come in to put seed in these circles. But on addition to seed, it is giving them skills to it.
Okay.
The skills in financial literacy, skills in circle movement.
Okay.
They have narrowed Chigumba, cooperative movement, to the lowest person. And then the skills to grow, develop small and medium enterprises. And that's why we are having microfinance support center. The experts in supporting micro businesses, or small and medium enterprises. Then not stopping there, reorganizing for the communities to have social capital. And to also discuss, you know, when you're not doing anything in the communities, but you sit with others and you see others doing, you become an example to the communities, and people copy from you. Because even the Bible says that man shall eat from his own or her own sweat, not just sitting and begging. Then the other thing is government is giving the skills of enterprise development, marketing, post-harvest handling for the produce dealers, and also assessing, doing a needs assessment. Yes, if we designed a Myoga, what is the feedback? Because they sit and tell us what they are encountering so that we support them grow their businesses.
Okay.
So it is a full-packed program, but going through processes.
So in the case of a Myoga, how much does somebody pay for subscription, and how much does somebody pay for membership?
Membership is 10,000.
Okay.
At the association level, then subscription is 10,000. Then your group, remember, membership of the circle is by group, not by individual.
If 15 Babas in Obalanga, in my parish in Obalanga, we come together as Babas and form our Association,
Yes.
and we call it Obalanga Barbers Association. We pay 10,000 for membership to our club, which is 150,000.
Yes.
And we also pay another 10,000 for subscription to belong to the association.
Yes.
So we already have 300,000 shillings.
Yes.
Amongst ourselves.
Amongst yourselves.
Okay.
As the first initial source of capital within yourselves. Then the second thing is you agree. For example, I'm going to give an example of the borders in Kawempe. They agreed that every single day they will agree to save 2,000 shillings. 2,000 shillings as their savings, because somebody is entitled to his saving. It's not government money.
I ride my own border. It's my own Boxer, my own Senke, my own TVS.
Yes.
But every day we agree. I bring 2,000 shillings. It's my personal saving.
Yes.
I'm not donating this money to anybody.
No.
Okay. To help me benefit, I bring.
To help you benefit and also achieve your saving goal.
I have a reason why I'm saving.
Yes.
So I bring 2,000 shillings, put it in a circle in Kawempe.
Yes.
Then I continue with my business.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's what is done. We also teach them that how do you manage to grow wealth by cutting your expenditure. I want you to believe that Uganda in the whole world was voted as the #1 enterprising country in the whole world. But to a sad note, it also came in the countries whose businesses have a short lifespan. Now in Emyoga, we are teaching our comrades, our colleagues, our brothers and sisters in these enterprises to sustain their businesses, to have many birthdays and grow it by reducing on expenditures. I can give you an example of the borders, my friends. The borders, their expenses in comparison to other people is high. I want to tell you, for a teacher and a border is richer than a teacher. Let me give you the empirical formula to show you. A border man wakes up in the morning. In the morning at 6 o'clock, because they are very early people and they are hardworking. He wakes up at 6 and leaves breakfast at home, comes to town, and it's even
to the trading center.
The trading center or the stage, and it's evident that even those stages, you will see the complementary businesses there. There is a Rolex, Mama Katogo. There is a person who roasts meat. Gonja. Then there are people. There is a Kadipo that sells kombucha, sells omnanasi. You've seen the comparison, the comparative businesses around it.
Around the stages. Because they're also targeting. These are the consumers, ready customers.
So the borders, a person wakes up in the morning and spends immediately in the morning
2,000 or 3,000.
3,000
for a katogo.
For a katogo.
And a cup of tea.
And a cup of tea. Then at around 11,
they do some mid-morning.
They do some mid-morning. Let's reduce it to 2,000.
Of another chikopo cha
of another
or chikopo cha chai and the Rolex.
Chai or shera or milk. That is
another
5,000.
5,000 gone. 5,000 before the mid of the day.
The mid of the day. Then at around lunchtime, you know, they eat in those joints. They even call them by name. They know who eats good, who eats bad. Goes and spends, let's give it the lowest at 3,000.
We call it Meriyona. Meriyona ne chenyanja. Meriyona ne nyama.
So we give it 3,000, although it's higher. Then in the evening, they will make sure there is obuji, obulimo budarasini, obuji bwa the porridge, the kaloe, millet porridge, obushira. So that person buys
ne donut,
or a chapati. That is another 1,000 gone. Now, borders are also very tricky. That they are consumers of certain products like mukama na yamba or mulondo. Those the
Power-
energy,
power bank.
power bank. They
power
work
boosters
on them
and
very
stuff
well.
like-
All those things, emwanyi. Let's make a summary of around 1,000 shillings.
Oh, for
Over
that.
it goes higher. Then there are these kind of people who are very, very, very sympathetic, or they are outgiving. When I move and I put on my nice dress and the calves are moving, and you know, kids they say, "Size yange, size yange."
Mama jangu kutwaleko.
Mama jangu kutwaleko. You keep walking, talking at a cost of the fuel, and you will not get anything. The best is mpaka namba. Then
Mama mpaka namba ko.
mpaka namba ko. And he calls speaking nothing.
You've really studied
That is an expenditure. We put it also at 1,000. When you total their expenditure per day,
It's about
the minimum is 10,000,
A
but
day.
already this has gone more than 10,000.
So that's 300,000 a month.
That's 300,000 a month. Isn't that salary for someone? Now, for us, we tell you that, please, on this money, cut your expenditure. Remember, at home, they have already left much money. Cut your expenditure. In the morning, have breakfast. At home. Come work, have lunch.
Right, go back, have lunch, then come back. But because you left money for lunch at home.
For lunch at home. Then go back and eat supper. They even have in the evening, they call it kujoga. Kangende njogem in the trading center. Go and have every drink. Watch spend.
Goro goro. Goro goro, under, over.
They waste these resources. So in Emyoga, we teach them to reduce on their expenditures, especially in issues they are not sure. Because however much you eat, we eat to survive. This stomach, you eat the next day, it will request for something. We teach them. We go further and teach their spouses or people they stay with to reduce expenditure. Why should a woman, you know that your man is waking up every morning, going to toil, but you're very busy suffering, putting on hair of 100,000.
For 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks. By the way, they know the best oils to smear, the wives of those people. They are very nice. They know the best oil to smear. When the border man has toiled and brought the food at home, they are busy making fingers of bananas, selling them to the neighborhood. Emiera. They are very busy, the charcoal they are brought, selling in the neighborhood. But they don't know that they are eating in the family income. So we go an extra mile and teach their spouses to reduce on expenditure and prepare them to become a staff or a source of revenue in the home by telling this husband that when you achieve this goal, to develop, you must have different sources of revenue. Also, begin a business for your wife, so that your wife is a worker, not just a liability.
If she's selling fingers in Emiera, let it be official.
Let it be official.
That she goes by the roadside. When you're riding your boda, this lady has a kotazama to kembiri, pluck the fingers and sell the Emiera.
Yes.
Okay.
And we also teach them personal finance. Okay, today, how much have you earned? How much have you spent? How much have you saved?
Okay.
Because at times, like there is a group, that group in Luka, they are saving 20,000, but with different goals. This one goes for the group to buy more motorcycles. This one goes to myself for my next goal. And they are having Operation Chibanja as their next goal. So we teach them just to manage their resources as government adds in and also does a needs assessment to make sure it moves with them for their businesses to grow, to sustain, so that they increase household incomes.
Let me read you the messages. Of 10 minutes to go here. Thanks Rita. This one has called you Mama Emyoga for the updates on Emyoga program. We appreciate Emyoga and request for more funds since people have taken Emyoga seriously.
True.
That's number one. Another here says, this is Chris Turio Mujendo. And is a SACCO member. Madam Rita, didn't intervene in the issue of Kabale journalists' Emyoga funds. There are issues to handle, and are you aware of it? Kindly remind her about the Kabale issue. They've asked me to remind you about this person is called Chris Turio Mujendo, a member of the SACCO, needs clarification on that. Emmanuel of Nabweru says a Myoga project could have registered more successful stories than what she has gotten or seen, but the attachment put in accessing, I think, your message got lost somewhere, but this is Oyara, Emmanuel. You would have had more successes, but the attachment, I don't know whether it's political attachment, the message got lost somewhere. Somebody says, thank you so much, Mama Rita, and Jagan, I would like the program. Another here says, who are the beneficiaries of Myoga? Because here in Bukanga, Isingiro, special people were selected to benefit, especially the leaders of the leaders or those who oppose the government. I
am happy to hear that. At least for the first time, people of opposition have agreed
those
that
who,
they are
yes,
also
those who oppose the government, I think you're giving them an incentive, maybe not to oppose government.
This is
Bukanga in Isingiro.
Okay.
It's called, I think, Bukanga in Isingiro. That's what it says. Mama Rita, had I read that? There was another one here from Christine Agwang. She's the chairperson of the restaurant owners circle in Gombe, not Gombe, in Gombe. How do we access the Myoga funds? We formed the circle called it's restaurant owners in Gombe. I think she just needs clarification on that. But they fall in the category. They are in the same ambit of the 18 categories that you talked about. This is from, well, somebody from Abim. I've actually lost your message. The commercial officer from Abim. I don't know what your message says, but it just says commercial officer from Abim. I can't read your message, Ndugu, from Abim. I don't know what it says. Could you just help me? We have 8 minutes. Tackle those questions, respond to them.
For Kabale, I appreciate, I know about the case. I know that someone was arrested. He's out on bond. We have sent on ground an auditor to audit so that we ascertain which amount of loss has the Kabale journalist circle incurred, and a team is on ground. But I personally was supposed to be there. I promised, but I remember a challenge came in Soroti. I swung in Soroti since it needed an arrest. For Kabale, I know about that issue. And a team is on ground assessing. Issues of audit and investigations at times they don't shout, because when you talk of every level, it can jeopardize the investigation, but we know about it.
Okay.
Then for the person who said the attachments are many, I want to affirm to you that which particular attachments, because in a Myoga, you sit in your group, and then you put your loan request. Your group members are your surety. Sorry, are your guarantors. They guarantee that they know you and they have seen you save. You're not having issues, and they guarantee you to go and pick, to collect, because they collect the loan amount for you and come and give you in a group where they will witness, and an RDC will witness the first transaction. Then if members are doubting you, they request you to go and look for a letter of LC1 to justify that this person stays here, and in case you're doubting, give that person a room to go and do, and an LC1 will sign on that letter. Just to you know, issues of money where there is no collateral. It is the group that is your surety, your collateral. Your saving is your insurance. And the principle is, because we are looking at a saving culture, the principle of the loan policy is 1 to 3. The maximum amount you can get is 3 times your savings. Maximum amount you can get as a loan is 3 times your savings.
That's a policy.
It's a policy.
That's a principle even.
It's a principle. And most of these Myoga people, beneficiaries, are the ones who came up with that policy. So if you have 10,000, you're obliged to only get 30,000 as the loan. For Abim, I want to tell you that people in Acholi sub-region.
Abim is Karamoja.
No. Sorry, Abim Karamoja.
Abim is Karamoja.
Western Karamoja. Sorry, Karamoja South. For Abim, they are modeling. They are modeling circles, and 16 circles so far out of the 18 have access to the money, and they are doing very well in Abim. Although their request is, according to their source of revenue, when you put that threshold, they were asking for affirmative action vis-a-vis the person who is already doing well. And we have put these proposals, and I thank the parliamentarians were there to see that there is affirmative action for Lango, Acholi, and then Karamoja.
Well, thank you very much.
And let me talk about this opposition thing. It has come up. This is the first question I get where people are saying in opposition have gotten money. I want to tell everyone that in Emyoga it is voluntarism. We serve every Uganda, no matter the party. The only thing is, have you accepted and voluntarily joined Emyoga? Period. There is no party attachment.
Very important. Rita, you will allow that we'll find time again. Come back here, talk about this thing extensively. Somebody says, thank you so much, Mama Myoga. Maybe you need to clarify on how possible it is for private school teachers, especially in the rural areas, like in my district in Amuru, because it's quite confusing for the private teachers. Now, this person is in Amuru district.
Private teachers were scrapped from the program of Emyoga because their leadership, top management, their leadership in their union.
In their union, as a private teachers.
As private teachers.
The likes of Patrick Kabuyo and others.
Requested that they are better off understood by Ministry of Education. So they are being handled by
the Ministry of Education. Ndugu from Amuru, you are under Ministry of Education, you are not under cooperatives and microfinance. This person is from Pawanga Parish, Muwafu County in West Budama. The question is, hello, and thank you so much for the show. How can one apply for the Myoga funds, especially those, but of course that's what you said. This person is in Tororo. He's called Joseph in Tororo, in a parish called Pawanga, Muwafu Town Council in West Budama.
Is there a telephone number?
The telephone number, yes.
You will share with me the telephone number so that they will look for him.
I will share with you the telephone number. Then Brian from Masindi is a group member, and we were given 3 million, but the chairperson took the money to himself. In Masindi, they were given.
Also give me a telephone number.
They were given money. Yes, he confirms that they were given money, but their chairperson decided to run away with all the money. Thank you so much for the program, guys. I am Munira. Just thanking you. There is one here where somebody says, mwabale programu nze ndi muzare Michael ekanonikazo itwe kunu bakazirire tutarizirevire. They gave them the money, tutazirevire, and I think tutazirevire, meaning they didn't see the money. There was one here that was actually speaking to you in Elusoga. Somebody called you called what? But I think our time is running out. The government will definitely gain more than the people. Thank you so much, Rita and Jagenda. I am MC Pato. I don't know where Pato is. Pato says, thank you so much for the program. I am watching from Untungamo. And it feels the government will gain more than the people. I don't know.
I've also not understood.
I don't know how.
But let me just make one thing. On this person who said the chairperson has gotten, took the money. I am requesting all the viewers down there that poverty, to eradicate poverty, it's a collective responsibility. To fight corruption is a collective what? Responsibility. I am requesting anyone who hears that they are requesting them for rent, a percentage on this Emyoga in order to get
report to you.
Please report. I'm going to leave the numbers here. Then also any Emyoga leader who is mismanaging the money, please report.
Finally, there are quite a number. We can't exhaust them because our time is out, but there's this very important one from somebody called Eva. I don't know where she is, but she says, good morning and thank you so much for the program. Is this a myoga for the people who already have enterprises? And what about those who have the idea yet on ground, and how can you help them? They have ideas, but they're not yet having the enterprises. Do you give to people who have ideas, or you give to people who already are doing something? As we run out of studios because our time is up.
For a myoga, it's already people in these enterprises.
People in enterprises.
Because ideas are never realistic unless put in action.
Exactly.
So we only give people who are already in these enterprises.
Okay.
We support businesses.
You support businesses,
yes.
Those that are already established.
Yes.
Our time has run out. Rita, in just 1 minute, we expect later to have a live coverage that is coming in from Kololo, where we are part of the Food Systems Summit. But your final comment, what you want people to remember about this, and if possible, give them a number that they can make the follow-ups.
I want to thank every Ugandan and ask them to take advantage of these programs. Government is trying its best to make sure that we achieve Vision 2040 before 2040 and achieve Sustainable Development Goal 1. Although during implementation, at times there are a few challenges that come up, which we are committed to make sure that we solve. Because this time we are not coming to lament, government is going to act as a solution provider.
Okay.
Now, for anybody who is extorting money from people in the names of a myoga, please report. And I'm going to give you lines. Toll-free lines, we have 0800 201 010.
Okay.
Then you can also reach on 0800 112 0024.
Okay.
Then you can also reach me on a personal line. Me, I pick calls anytime, unless like right now when I'm making a presentation. You can reach me on 0785.
That's your personal number?
My personal number. 0785 409 756.
Okay.
However, please, in each sub-region, there is a myoga coordinator. They are patriotic RDCs. Don't die there. Reach to them. They will bring these people to book.
Okay.
And if anybody is above that, you can reach any government institution.
Okay.
Government is committed to serve.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Rita Namuwenge, the National Coordinator for the myoga scheme. We thank you so much. Thank you for being with us. My name is Uganda Semakola Ziksoka. We'll return tomorrow with our Pan-African Friday and the Pan-African team. Yet again, for God and my country, stay blessed as we continue inspiring Uganda. For God and my country, good morning and bye-bye.
Thank you.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Pick of the day on UBC, brought to you by We've cut and reduced our MTN Momo withdrawal rates. Now you